On January 6th, 2025, at 11:15 a.m., a man named David Morrow was sitting in the balcony of his apartment, enjoying the view of the Pacific Ocean. It was a normal day, as usual. Then, about 5 miles away from his apartment, he saw a fire with raging sparks on the hills of Pacific Palisades. Within just an hour, the fire grew so much that the smoke completely hid the mountain. If seen in satellite view, this fire was first reported on the hills of Palisades, but after a few hours, it spread to the areas of Eatonhurst, Kenneth Getty, Scarball, and San Fernando. At the time when this fire broke out, there were 100 kilometers of winds blowing here, whose direction was from inland to the ocean. Now the question arises here that if the fire first started in Palisades, which is very close to the ocean, then how did the fire spread from there to a distance of 30 to 40 kilometers in the opposite direction of the wind? Once again, welcome to InfoX TV videos. Like, share, and subscribe. This fire has devastated an area of total 38,000 acres or 150 square kilometers. More than 12,000 buildings and houses have been destroyed. People have left their homes. This is the most destructive fire in the history of Los Angeles, which has not been completely extinguished even during the production of this video. Every possible effort to douse the fire is failing. Water bombers are throwing 45,000 liters of water at a time, which seem like a few drops in front of this fire. Special chemicals are also being thrown with the help of water bombers, but all the efforts seem to be going waste in front of nature. California, where there is already a shortage of water, due to which fire hydrants often lie empty. Due to spreading in 7 different areas, firefighters and their equipment also got divided, and on top of that, when the fire was blowing at a speed of 70 to 100 kilometers per hour, when the fire fell on the city, this fire started flaring even more. Before knowing the real reason behind the spread of the Los Angeles wildfire, let us see how many times wildfires have attacked California before this. If we look at the data of the last 25 years, then California has been a hot spot for wildfires. If we look at the dates of all these wildfires, then one thing is very common. Winters means these wildfires have occurred only in the winter months, and right now the Los Angeles wildfire also occurred in the peak winters. So what is the reason that in the history of California, most of the wildfires have occurred only in winters? The answer to this question is hidden in a phenomenon called Santa Ana winds. Yes, Santa Ana winds are hot and dry winds that blow in Southern California and Baja California, especially during autumn and winters. If seen on the whole Earth, there is only desert far and wide in the east of California, which is also called Mojave Desert or Great Basin. The heat of the sun heats the desert, due to which the air pressure here starts increasing. On the other hand, if we talk about the ocean, then the air here is cold and the pressure is low. We had read in the 6th grade that the air travels from high pressure to low pressure. The more the difference in pressure, the faster the air will travel, and something similar happens here as well. Santa Ana winds move rapidly from southeast California towards the ocean. These dry winds are very hot and dry, and wherever the hot winds pass, the moisture of that place keeps getting sucked out, due to which this entire region becomes dry in this season. Bushes and trees become completely dry, which become capable of catching fire very easily. Santa Ana winds make the entire forest the fuel for wildfires. On the other hand, if a fire breaks out by mistake, then the strong winds further inflate this fire. The burning coal spreads rapidly, and in the blink of an eye, the wildfire goes out of control. Now what should happen is that the wildfire should spread in the direction in which the wind is blowing, but in the case of Los Angeles, its exact opposite was seen. First of all, the fire was seen near the Pale Sands, which is close to the ocean, and later it spread to the inland areas. To understand the real reason why this is so, we have to understand an interesting phenomenon, which is called mountain wave rotor. The side of the mountain on which the wind directly hits is called the windward side, and the other side of the mountain where the wind has to go is called the leeward side. It is said that when the windward side stops the air, at the same time a vortex effect is created on the leeward side, and in this vortex the air keeps moving in a circular manner. That is, the direction of the wind above the mountain is in one direction, while below the mountain the direction of the wind moves in the other direction. This phenomenon also played a very big role in the case of Los Angeles. Palisades is where the fire was first reported. This is the leeward side, and here, due to the mountain wave rotor, the wind was generated in the opposite direction from the top of the mountain, which became the biggest reason for spreading the fire to the inland areas. Once the wildfire grows too much, then it gives rise to many strange phenomena, some such phenomena which are very difficult to predict. One of these is fire tornado. This is a rare and dangerous phenomenon which is formed during intense wildfires. It is like a tornado, but inside it there's only fire and hot fire, which is unbelievable. The updraft creates a rotational motion which pulls the surrounding dry bushes into the fire tornado and makes the vortex even more terrifying. Now, this fire tornado dominates the wind blowing in the area and starts producing its own wind inside it, the direction of which is also very difficult to predict, but there are most chances that it will increase the wildfire upwards along with the mountain. Wildfire is a reality, and due to climate change, it is monitored with more frequency in the coming years. Nowadays, with the help of artificial intelligence, the direction of the fire is also predicted, and then all this information is sent to the firefighters. Firefighters try to spray chemicals around the place where the fire has started so that the fire does not spread much. But in Los Angeles, firefighters first control the fire in one area, then the wind through this the fire used to spread to other places. The first recorded wildfire in America's history broke out near Michigan in the year 1871. 12 lakh acres were reduced to ashes, and 2,500 lives were lost in this wildfire. From the Pico Fire of 1871 to today's Los Angeles wildfire, nature is indicating to us that controlling fire is still almost impossible. But if we try to understand nature and try to behave accordingly instead of fighting climate change, then perhaps the series of wildfires can be stopped again. Hope you all will like and share this video of InfoX TV a lot. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next amazing video. Take care.